That was quite special. That is the Ferrari Enzo. What to say about this car? A super iconic car from the mid-2000s. That's kind of the trend that I'm trying to do right now. I think next week will be the Bugatti Veyron. And I got to see if I actually have that car. But that'll probably be next week. The braking is actually okay. The problem with this car is that the front end is so light that I can't quite articulate my turn in as well as I could. You could see me clipping some of the curbs. That wasn't intentional. It's super light, so it's hard for me to kind of diagnose how much steering angle I need per corner. But overall, this was a great car. It was so much easier to drive than the Carrera GT, but that's basically just because, you know, those rear tires weren't lighting up every single corner. But let's see how we did here. 6:48, that is a good time. Wow, really? That was a really good lap. Was it the power? Like, holy crap, that was fast. I used the same kind of tire selection, sport soft, no traction control. There was no modifications to the car whatsoever. That's a surprising time. Super surprising time. But it deserves it. I mean, the Enzo Ferrari is a true menace. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Next Sunday, like I said, should be the Bugatti Veyron unless something changes, but thanks for watching.